How's everybody doing? Red Farmer 73 here. What is it? Good afternoon. Guava. Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Sunday. It's almost 1 o'clock already. Come on in. Let me get myself together here. All right, there we go. How you doing, King Yada's Journey? How you doing, my sister? James Moore Jr., how you doing? Good morning. Well, it ain't morning no more. Good afternoon. Well, some of y'all are still morning. Good afternoon, good morning. High vibe. All these blessings. How you doing this morning or this afternoon? C. Francis. Free at Last Adventures. How you doing? Michelle Law. Tam Robb. How you doing? Is everybody doing all right? If everybody coming in the room, I want to have I should have done a StreamYard because I really want to have a real conversation with everybody about this. Okay, who we got here? Tam Robb, all in all, how you doing? The Frugal Gardener, how you doing today? Suzette, Growing Augusta, Tam Robb, Kev, how you doing? Polar Bear Cheryl, how you doing today? Tracy, how you doing? Lacey from Kentucky, how you doing? Frank Charles, how you doing? Let's see. How you doing, Natalie? How you doing, Natasha Newsom? Good afternoon, everybody. You know, I got something on my mind, as usual, and I want to talk to y'all about it. How you doing, Tamara? Keno, how you doing? Mrs. K, how you doing today? You want to know what? And what I got to say is probably gonna rub a few things the wrong way. I want you to hear what I just said. What I have to say is going to rub a lot of things the wrong way, and I'm taking, I'm gonna take an L for it, and it's nothing else. I had to ask myself today. No, yesterday. I'm sorry. Yesterday I kind of flew off the handle on somebody, but for good right. And it made me get off of that video. When I started the video out yesterday, and I was having a really good time. And how you doing, Carmen? How you doing, Billy and Key? T. Walker, Sonia Harris, how you doing? I started the video off. I was having a really good time, and then somebody just came in and just kind of, got under my skin a little bit. And it's not necessarily because a lot of people came in and thought it was minor why I kind of flew off the handle, and it's not to me. And I think the reason why so many people think the situation was minor is because we always do. We always think a situation is minor until somebody takes advantage of us. And that's what I wanted to address today. How you doing, my Renaissance grandma? Everything that happens to us, it always starts minor. Somebody overstepping their bounds, somebody getting a little bit of control over us. It's always something that gives somebody else the upper hand on our future. I want you to think about this. A lot of people don't own anything. A lot of land was stolen from a lot of people. They never were redeemed. They never got anything back. Just your land is stolen. How did that happen? Because if you keep letting people, what's the old saying? Give them an inch and they'll take a mile, right? Okay. Well, that's my point, and I'm not playing that game. So I did fly off the handle, and again, I feel as though I was justified for doing so. How you doing, Samantha? Chef Handy, ma'am, how you doing? Hey, Linda Hall. Frank Charles, how y'all doing? South Padre, how you doing? Now, and it made me think of today, of are you ready for what's coming? Right? It's a lot of them in here right now. That's what we're talking about. I want to state something. I want you to think about it. I'm gonna cut this air condition off because I need to think. So if I start getting a little warm, it's okay. This is why. So this is where we are. When we're talking to one another here on social media, or when we're talking to one another over the computer, email, text message, DM, whatever it is, we have gotten used to, that like it's normal. Okay? And it's not. You know one thing, hey Missy, you know what we don't do anymore? We don't talk to one another in person. Don't nobody talk to each other in person. I'm guilty of it myself. Nobody talks to anybody in person. And I feel like this, if you don't want to talk to people in person, just keep to yourself. I keep to myself. Pretty much. I'm kind of like a hermit now. I admit it. I am. And I'm okay with that. And I say this, y'all. The world is becoming a place where you are losing everything. The world is becoming a place where you're even losing your humanity and you don't even know it because you're so happy. They got us, okay. They have us so fooled and hornswoggled that you're losing your humanity and you're happy about it. I've tried to have several face-to-face meetups, camps, and it's a lot of people on social media that started having meetups in person and camping trips and just gatherings. And it happened and it was over with. Nobody did it anymore. And I thought to myself, I thought this was going to be a movement. But what it taught me was people have lived in solitude for so long on social media that they don't know how to communicate with other real human beings. Or if they don't know how to communicate, they also don't know how to behave in front of other human beings. They have zero mannerisms. They don't see like, okay, maybe I should read the room. That's over with. So when they end up coming and meeting you in person, what happens is somebody get in an argument, somebody get in a fight, temperatures rise, and that's because, why do you think the temperatures are rising for everybody? Because nobody knows how to talk to people in person. They only know how to talk to people on the internet, where you can say and get away with anything. You can say anything, do anything, and get away with it on the internet. So now that people, after 2020, start meeting up and getting together, and you don't know how people, grown-ass people now, don't know how to behave in front of other grown people. I'm not even talking about the kids yet. Grown-ups. We don't know how to handle being around other grown-ups. Listen, other grown-ups with other ideas, other ways of life. We don't know how to handle that anymore. Because you've been locked up in your house for 2 or 3 years. It's your way or the highway. Now, that's one of the ways where they really got us, okay? And now our kids was locked up in the house for that long too. So they don't know how to handle anything either. And they still don't. They prefer to be little hermits. You don't see kids at the mall. You see us at the mall. You don't see us in Walmart. Them at Walmart. You see us at Walmart. These kids stay locked up in their room, in their closets playing video games. They're locked into fantasy land. They don't deal with reality well. And I'm not going to keep saying kids, because grown folks are addicted to these video games too, and they don't want to deal with reality. On top of that, on top of all of that, this one is going to get you. They have made it normal for you to talk to nobody. And I'm not talking about what I'm doing now, because I'm talking to y'all, at least some of y'all. When I say they made it normal for you to talk to nobody, this artificial intelligence is going to be the end of humanity. And I'm going to get knocked for this, because every time I say something negative about artificial intelligence, I lose about 100, 200, 300 subscribers. My videos don't get pushed, yada, yada, yada. And I know that's what it is, because I know who's running the show, and I know who these people voted for, and I know who these people support, and they send donations to, I know who. So that man told every other social media platform, you better not say nothing bad about me or all of my evil workings, or I'll come at you. So they set things up where this algorithm, you better not say nothing bad about this dude or anything he's doing, or they coming to get you. They gonna holler at you. I got one thing for y'all. Let me see. Passion says, yes, you are 100% right about everything you are saying. I'm 69 years old, and my friends that are my age won't talk on the phone anymore. They text everything. I'm sick of it. They'll be sitting right next to you and text you. They will literally sit right next to you, across the room from you, or y'all out at a restaurant, and y'all texting each other across the table. That's not a joke. That's real. I want you to get to this part. You know what's real bad? You don't know who you're talking to anymore. You have these kids and grown-ups, and you're having a conversation with robots. And it's proven every single day, and we act like it's normal. You can call anybody you want to. Listen, I just got a hotspot cut on. I'm not going to tell you what company, a cellular company. I just started a hotspot, a traveling hotspot, so I can carry with me when I go out of town. I've never seen or talked to a human being. I signed up and I paid and everything right on my phone. It said, okay, it's all set up. It's ready to go. A computer did that. A robot. Artificial intelligence did that. And then the little thing kept floating at the bottom. Do you got any other questions? I was like, yeah, after I burn up my gigabytes, then what happens? It told me it'll just slow down, and it won't be as fast as this robot. I'm having a conversation with a robot. It goes deeper, because y'all know about that part. You want to pay a bill, talk to a robot. If you physically go in a bank, you will see anywhere from 2 to 4 people standing at the bank talking to one another. There are things inside this bank that you're supposed to be doing yourself. There's robotic tellers, there's robotic ATMs, everything is in there, and these human beings are standing there staring at y'all use the machines. The only time you really have to talk to a human being when you go in a bank is say, hey, yo, I want to take a lot of money out of my account. That's the only time. He ain't even got, that human being doesn't even have the power to give you that money that belongs to you. You don't have to go in there and talk to a loan agent to approve you a loan or go up. No, you just do that online. Right? Nothing. It gets worse. When you go and get a job, if you can get a job these days because of AI, because the jobs market is scarce, because they have digitalized and computerized and AI'd everything. The jobs that we said could never be taken are being taken because the artificial intelligence put into a robot. Now the robot can do your job. This is the worst part. Who do you work for? You don't know. You go get a job. They tell you you've been approved. Your background check came back. Everything looks good. And we think you'll be great for the position. You've never talked to a human being. So you have a bunch of people in this building or in this warehouse or Uber Eat, whatever it is, you've never seen or talked to a human being to get the job. So what I'm starting to see now is this is going to get you because mental damage comes from this, and it's no closure. So you'll be at work having a good time, and you will go out and do another a run. Let's just say for Uber Eats or something. You'll go, hey honey, you'll go out to do another run, and they say you've been deactivated. You're deactivated means fired, right? Am I wrong? Because I've never done it. Hey honey, how you doing? You sure look good. So they say you've been deactivated. Your account is deactivated. So all of a sudden, you can't make any more money because you've been deactivated, fired, and you don't know why. Here's the reason why there's no closure. You don't know why you got fired. You don't know if somebody reported you. You don't know if there's a glitch. You don't even have a person to go, a human being to go talk to and say, hey, what did I do? What's going on? I can fix it, or, I didn't know I made a mistake. Like, what's going on? Just help me out and I'll fix it because I like working here. Even here on social media, if something happens to you, your livelihood is in the fate of artificial intelligence. Your livelihood is no longer in the fate of another compassionate human being that understands the situation. Or when you explained it, like, listen, I didn't mean it like that. What had happened was, you can't do what had happened was to AI. It has a set of parameters. Either you meet them or you don't. There is no in between. Let's for instance talk about Amazon, right? Let's just pretend you purchased something from Amazon and they sent you something wrong description, or they sent you something that's all beat up and used. This belonged to somebody else. You want to return it. You can't talk to a human being. They give you about 4 to 5 different decisions. What happened? Why do you want to do this return? Wrong item, found a better price, you didn't authorize this, right? They only give you a few things to pick. And it usually is none of the above. You want to tell somebody that, hey, this is used. This used to belong to somebody. Hey, it's a booger still on this and a fingerprint, I don't want this. It's like I bought this doggone Easy Bake Oven and it's a cake still down here with mold on it. I don't want this. they'll say you can't return that because it either had gasoline in it or fuel or it's a food type item and they won't let you return it. But you can't explain, I don't want to return it because I'm just one of those kind of people. I want to return it because you guys screwed me. This is not, I didn't order somebody else's old meal. I didn't order a already used gas generator. Okay? So now you can't say that. They instantly deny you. Instantly deny you. We can't give you a refund. So you have to appeal that. And the only way you can appeal it is go talk to their AI little thumbnail, what is that, paperclip thing at the bottom, and it be moving and the eyes be googling, and you got to explain and pour your heart out to a paperclip with googly eyes. And you gotta now hope that this paperclip understands the situation. That's exactly what I mean by they're stripping us of our humanity. They have made it where, remember, maybe 5 years ago, 3 years ago or so, they gave you a choice. If you don't want to talk to this robot, they'll tell you they gave you a choice. Do you want to talk to a human being or you want to talk to a robot? The robot gonna keep trying to talk to you because they're trying to force that on people about 4 years ago, right? All of a sudden, the robot will get frustrated with you and say, listen, hey, just shut up. I'm gonna get you in touch with a human being. Hold 1 second. Then a human being will come on and they so pissed off that they actually have to work that you would have rather probably talk to the robot. They destroyed the humanity and they destroyed the mannerisms of the humans, because now if you want to have a humane conversation with another adult, there is no more decorum. Everybody fly off the handle so fast, so easy about the dumbest, simplest, silliest things. And they made sure they hired people, because I remember if you mess around and act like you ain't got right good sense on this job, you're fired. You can't talk to people like that way. You can't treat people that way. If you want to act like that, you can't work here, because at this job we hold a certain kind of standard. They let you wear your clothes any kind of way, pants hanging down. You ain't got no bra, no nothing on, and you got jewels and tattoos of the devil on your face and stuff. And once they start allowing that, it was kind of like decorum is thrown out the window. So then it made people rather talk to robots. I'm going to tell you how I can prove that real quick before I go any further. Even myself, I've become a person that I would rather do self-checkout. Right? Everybody say, I ain't doing no goddamn self-checkout, the goddamn robots and whatnot. But listen, now they've made it where you feel better going through self-checkout, because the lady that they got at the cashier is about 400 years old. And she like that, watch that. Everything she grabbed. Now this lady, this next up, got about $4,000 worth of food. And the whole cart is full to the top. And she grabbed one item and do it like this, scan it across. Boop. And she'll do this, I kid you not, and you know I'm right. Where you find this at in the store? Oh, I've been looking for some of these. Where's these back on sale? What aisle did you find them in? Because last week I was, man, shut up. Please, lady. Because I know I'm going to have to go back there on my break and get me some of these. I'm going to have to hide me some of these. I know we ain't supposed to, but I've been wanting these for the longest. That was one item that she scanned and had a conversation about. And then, boop, oh, They got these dog. I've been looking for these dog biscuits. My dog don't. She been having an upset stomach, and I said I was gonna do something. Does this work? Do this really work for your dog? What kind of dog you got? Oh, my daughter got a Pekingese, and she adorable. Hold on, I got some pictures. So they made me want to do self-checkout now. Now, they made that normal. Because they put in place for a high performance job, a cashier needs to be as efficient and as fast as possible. Not that lady should be at the door greeting people to come in. Not when you got 47 checkout lanes and only 2 of them is open, and you put Brenda as the cashier. She got to sit on a stool with a specialized pillow she got to sit on for a butt cheek and her hip replacement and shit, all of that. It take her 20 minutes just to get set up on her little special stool, right? And then she put her cash register in. That forces you, soon as you go in the store and you see a certain cashier up, self-checkout, or I'll just leave everything. If all y'all got is Brenda and Maybell, I'm leaving. So they made you do self-checkout. We thought then it became normal and you preferred it, right? Didn't go through Brenda's line. And then they put cameras on the freaking register to see if you stealing out of Walmart. You used to have a whole team of security guards, and you got cameras in the ceiling, in the walls, cameras in the toy section, cameras in between the pillows, and cameras in the tools. And you fired all the security guards and put cameras over top of people's head. So every time you look up, here go this camera, ain't it? You know, every time. That makes me feel horrible, man. And then this is worse. They normalize the cameras. It gets worse. And now, if you make an accident and scan the thing accidentally 2 times, it shuts everything down. Boop, boop, boop. Now I gotta wait for the only human being, Brenda, over there on the cashier. Can somebody come help me? And then if you just good at self-checkout, which I am, I'm like this, boop, boop, because I need to get out of here. Boop, boop, boop. That thing will stop you if you just scanning the stuff too good. You ain't missed a beat. Then Brenda got to get off her register, and they got to go get the key from the doggone service desk people, come to you, and sit there and watch the camera and watch what you did for the last 15 seconds. Give me the key. Okay. You good, sir? So now the robot got me feeling like a freaking thief and a prisoner. You're making everybody feel like crap. These robots and AI is making all human beings feel like thieves and criminals and crooks because of a handful of dumb mugs that want to steal from one of the cheapest places in the city. If you hire those other security guards, that's their job. Don't make me feel like a thief, because this dude a thief. AI. And now we're so used to it, I would rather literally get booked. When you go and doing your self-checkout, it feel like you're getting booked into prison just to get your groceries. You got to bag them. You got to scan them. You got to carry them. Nobody say thank you. And then the son of a bitch got a nerve to say or ask you at the end, how many stars you want to give me? How many stars you want to give me? For how many stars you want to give me for what you just did? I drove to the store. I walked through this dirty store. I seen a bunch of dirty naked people. I picked out my own thing. I found my own sales. I ain't got no, I found my own deals. I did my own price matching. And then I turned around and gathered all this with this rusty ass cart with the wheel, got me doing the Humpty dance through the whole store. And every time I walk by, people look at me like, ugh, he's so stupid. He could have got a better cart. Then I rolled it back up here. I waited in this line with 2 registers open. I waited for probably 15 minutes. And then I rang my own groceries up. I put my own groceries in a bag, and I plan to take my own groceries out to my own car. And you got the big freaking balls to ask me, how many stars you gonna give us? Are you serious? That's another part of the conditioning that make you want to award people for not doing anything, or this system, because it's not people doing anything. You want me to give you an award or give you a pat on the shoulder, give you 5 stars for everything I just did. The only thing you did was supply me with the food and supplies I wanted. I could do that anywhere. That's how common AI has become. And we okay with it. To the point we use it for everything now. You got a question, you hurry up and ask, what is a couple of them, Chat GPTs and all. You quick to ask that thing a question, and they have already proven that thing be wrong all the freaking time. I got one thing, you talk to it and ask it what the weather gonna be today. That thing told my wife a few weeks ago, she was asking something like, when is the rain gonna stop or something. That thing said it ain't raining. She had to say, yeah, when is the rain gonna stop in this city, state, zip code? That computer said it ain't raining, in its own way, of course. My wife had to tell this thing, it's raining right now in zip code, da-da-da-da-da, blip, 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 boom, boom, boom. Then the thing reloaded, the little green light went around the circle, said, the rain will stop around 5:30 p.m. Tornado watches are in the... My wife a weatherman now? So how many times have this thing been giving you wrong information because you just go off of whatever this artificial intelligence stuff says to you? Me and my wife was watching a movie, and I told her, we're going to get rid of these things because they starting to freak me out, right? We sitting in there watching a movie one night, and I guess the device thought the TV was talking to it. And I'm just gonna make something up real quick. The character in the movie said, where's Daryl and Gerald? We gotta find them before something happens. The lady said, the computer said, Daryl and Gerald. Oh no, I'm sorry. Hall and Oates. It pulled up a Hall and Oates song. Me and her looked over at the thing like, did he say something about Daryl and Hall Oates? No. These things are listening to us, learning from us, and getting information and data from us that don't belong to them. And I want y'all to know something else. Every time you download an app, before you download an app, read it. Every app, every single app, it asks you. So I don't care how convenient it is. This is what it does. It says, you will be sharing your data with us. The only thing it's going to give you warnings of what kind of data is it taking? Is it going to be using your location? Is it going to be able to tap into all the places you shop at and the things you purchase? Most of these apps on this doggone computer is telling you we're taking all of your information and we're going to keep your private stuff to you, like your passwords and codes to your banks and all of this stuff, right? But if you read every app, if you got an app right now, I don't care which one it is, go look at it on the App Store. Before I do anything on the App Store, if it say all that, I'm like, it's not worth it. The worst one is TikTok. Oh my God. I'm coming here to ask y'all, are you ready for what's coming? Because there's no stopping this. And here's the worst part, just like politics, this Frankenstein's monster, we're going to have a lot of people they want it because they're lazy. They want it because they think it's going to be better. They want it because they think it's going to enhance their lives. And all is good. Look, we can start with the vacuum cleaner on up. All these things. Let's start from 1950s. This is the new refrigerator. It has this, right? Oh, if you got this dishwasher machine, it's going to save you time, trouble, da, 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 da. Out of all the things that they've made out of all these years, the promise that the companies always say that it's going to make your life easier so you can relax and watch television while you let this machine or robot do this thing for you. Okay, let's fast forward 70 years. Why is it that all these things that we had was supposed to make life easier, but now not only is the husband going to work, but the wife is going to work and the kids is going to work to help maintain everything in the household? This robot is still moving. This robot in the dishwasher and all this automatic stuff is still doing what it's supposed to do. But it did not save you time. What it did, again, they got you and we didn't pay attention. They freed up more time for you to come and join the workforce. So you came and joined the workforce while the robots is all at home cooking the food and vacuuming the floor and washing the dishes. They said you was going to get a break from all these machines, and what happened? We are all working anywhere from 8 to 16 hours a day. Everybody in the household better have a job. Even the dog. I'm about to put the puppy to work. Are you ready for this? Because I'm not. I'm not going to pretend that I am, because I ain't. I think everybody is way too happy with that sort of convenience. You will sit there and get a job and get fired from it. You don't know what you did or what happened or who fired you, why, what. What kind of world is that? Where you can sit in front of the boss. Everybody hates sitting in front of the boss and get chewed out about your performance. Everybody hates that. But I prefer it, because if that boss is sitting across from me and telling me my performance has really been really low lately, and the reason I'm bringing you in the office, I'm not going to be able to give you that bonus because your record is kind of sour. That boss, that human being sitting across from me, also doesn't know I had a family member just passed away, and I'm sorry that my performance been a little low, but I've been grieving in my own way, and I'm trying to handle it the best way I know how, and come to work at the same time. So I understand that my performance is below your expectations like normal. But I ask you to give me a minute and let me clear my mind and get myself together. What that boss will probably do, hey, you know what? Why don't you go take a week off? Go take a week off, Just call me and let me know when you about ready to come back. Because I don't want your performance to mess around and get you in no trouble or lose your bonus. A human being would have that conversation with another human being. AI and robots, what they do, you're fired. Your performance is bad. Somebody wrote a bad review about you. They don't even really know that the person who wrote a bad review about you, wherever you work at, might just hate you and say, every time I see that ugly mother, I'm going to write a bad review. And I feel bad for like Uber drivers and stuff like that, and all of them, because people give them bad reviews just because they be like, now that you dropped me here, can you just run me over here real quick? Like, I got somebody else, I gotta let you out here, and well, I I'm gonna pay. It ain't about your pay. I already got somebody in front of you that I gotta go get right now. I pay double. I can't do that. I would love for you to pay me double to do that, but I can't because I got somebody else waiting on me and I'm on the clock. Bad review because they think they got a car for some reason and want to make you do what they want to do like a puppet. They're gonna give you a bad review, and you don't got nobody to talk to say, hey, this was the situation. This is what happened. And it wasn't me. The person tried to, nope, you got a bad review and now that's on your record. And now one day you come to work and your account has been deleted. You like, yo, what happened? And you don't got nobody to ask what happened. When you get fired from a job with a human being, you come in like, hey, we can't let you in. What happened? The guard at the guard check, like, we can't let you in. Your card ain't working, man. Your little boop boop, your card ain't working, bro. What happened, kid? Hey, tell Dave to come holler at me. What's going on? All right, well, you stay here at the guard shack. We gonna go get the boss. They'll go get the boss. The manager, let him in. Let you in, bring you to the office like, hey, listen, we saw you steal that loaf of bread last week. Oh, I was gonna bring that back. Listen, hey. You know what this is. You know how it is. I know the loaf of bread only costs 79 cents. But man, what else you gonna steal? I can't have that. We trying to build something here. And do me a favor. I can't bring you back right now. Why don't you go ahead and get your head cleared out and maybe try again next year, next season. That's a human being that just gave me closure on what happened. Now, that human being thought it was so petty because everybody else steals loaves of bread that you didn't think it was a big deal. So what happened, he gave you closure like, damn, they fired me over a loaf of bread. I done messed up. You got closure. You got something in your head that tells you next time you try out for the job next season, if they actually hire you back, don't steal. Especially the bread for some reason. Hey, babe. If you hungry, I got you some food in the microwave. Okay. You got closure. But when you get fired by a robot or artificial intelligence, you don't know what just happened. You don't even know if you still got a job. It just says you're temporarily canceled. You don't know what temporary means. When do I come back? Or when do I ask? Who do I ask? What do I ask? Are you ready for this? Anybody? I'm not. You don't know if there was a glitch in the system. The robot was glitching. You don't know. So the reason I'm telling y'all this is because the reason I went off yesterday is because AI, like I just said about ChatGPT and everything else, it gives false information sometimes, a lot of the times. And what it's doing, again, the reason I gave you all of those scenarios is because people trust in these robots and AI like it's God. And that's another reason why a lot of people aren't stepping out on faith and doing certain things that they know they feel in their heart, is because they feel in their heart that I should be purchasing some land or try to solidify my family in a place, something I own, something that belongs to me. You feel that in your spirit, but then you go off and ask ChatGPT or Google or something, and it says, that's not wise. What did it know?
No, ChatGPT like, your idea is great.
Oh,
you're awesome. You're a genius.
Did y'all hear that?
I'm about to say that ain't what ChatGPT do.
Hey, look, say it again. I don't want to aim it at you with your pajama. Just come close, because I don't want to say it like you said.
ChatGPT would
say it again.
That's an amazing idea.
That's
great.
ChatGPT will say that?
Yeah. It'll say, that's great of you to think. You might want to think about X, Y, and Z, but you could probably do another thing and that the other. It like appeases you. It like tries to I don't like the way it just everything you do is great.
Right. It makes you feel like you're making the right decision. You know who else does that? I said who else, not what else. You know who else does that? When you go in and get one of them fortune readings or something, it makes you feel like it knows you. That person, oh, you have a, I know why you're in here. Ooh, you look sad. You're sad, right? Yes, yes, I'm sad.
That's a fantastic idea.
That's that's a fantastic idea. But that's it. It appeases you to make you feel like what it's telling you is right. And it's teaching people, and it's teaching classes, and it's teaching children, and it's teaching adults. And this thing is being taught by a bunch of people.
That's so profound.
That's so profound. Is that one of them? She said, that's so profound, is what that thing is saying. Listen to this one. Here you go. We put all our trust into this thing that we've seen many movies for many years telling us exactly what will happen if we implement artificial intelligence into our lives. We've seen a million movies of this. There is never, ever a good outcome. And it's not because the movie said this is the direction we going. We want this to be a horror film. No, it turns into a horror film because of what this machine ends up doing. It gets a glitch, a storm come, and look, every time you got this crew flying out of space, and then an asteroid come in and pierce the damn computer. Now the computer gets come alive and kill everybody. Every movie. All it took was a space rock to make my whole ship want to kill me.
Look, have fun, don't
Yeah. Listen. Thank you, honey.
die. Good luck.
This, I want you to tell them what movie is our homework tonight. What's our home? Come over here, please. I want them to hear your voice. Because I don't want to. This is the movie I need y'all to watch. Please.
I'm
Either
not sure what platform it's on, but it's good luck, have fun, don't die.
go look up the movie. I don't care what platform you find it on. Go look up the movie. Good luck. What is it? Good luck.
Have fun.
Have fun. Don't die. Go watch that movie.
Hey, I think I'm allergic to Wi-Fi like her.
I think we're all allergic to Wi-Fi.
Because ever since Wi-Fi came, I've been tired.
She said, you right too. Ever since Wi-Fi came, she been tired. You might be allergic to Wi-Fi, especially with all the Wi-Fi running through this house.
I be wanting to just shut it all off.
See, we need to do that sometime. Really cut off everything. But that's neither here nor there. But look, go watch this movie. Go find Good Luck. Say it one more time.
Have fun.
Good luck, have fun, don't die. That is hard for me to remember have fun between good luck and don't die.
Oh, yeah.
Good luck, have fun, don't die. Go watch that. And that's exactly where we are right now. That's exactly where we are right now.
Good luck.
Our kids,
Don't die.
our families, everybody is in that movie is it. That's the one. Everybody love the Matrix. Well, go watch Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. Go watch that because I think that's the prequel to the Matrix. Okay? Now, before I go, I want to tell y'all this. Remember how everybody was against all this stuff? I don't know. Just Google it. See what I just said? Go look it up the best way you know how and find that movie. Hell, go get a DVD. Whatever. I got tons of DVDs.
You got a DVD player?
I do got a DVD player.
Oh, okay.
I got
Telling them, though, they might not have one.
I got 2 DVD players. I got a Blu-ray player. I refuse. Listen, it was hard for me to find that Blu-ray player. I had to ask somebody. It was only 2. They only had 2 in the case. But I said, give me that one. That it was top. Listen, back in the day, that would have cost me about $400. It cost me like $67. Blu-ray disc, play Blu-rays, CDs, DVDs, MP3s, Bell BBDs, Bell Beer DeVoes. But I want to ask y'all this: when do we get so complacent where it's okay? Just 6 years ago, nobody wanted the cure. Everybody was so against getting a Band-Aid. And all of a sudden, everybody is okay with AI. Remember back in the day when people said, remember stem cell research that could have saved lives and grew back limbs for people, amputees and people with mental conditions, and they said no stem cell research, no stem cell, that's crossing the line of God. We're playing God. Remember that. Do y'all remember when they start finding cures for all these diseases and all of these problems, and it was all built off of stem cell research, and they came and showed proof and everything. And then they said, they be cloning stuff. They be cloning stuff. They're gonna take your stem cell juice and then make a whole nother you, kill you off. What? So the clone me can go to work too for the rest of its life? Remember? Like, again, we got a bot in here that's lying to us right now. You're not a scientist. You don't know what that Band-Aid did. You only heard what lunatics said to you. We don't know anything. But let me stop, because I'm about to fly off the handle again. I'm trying hard not to send people to the cornfield, but I want people to see the lies that these robots and these AI and these bots try to put on us and make us think dumb stuff. Let me tell you something. AI and bots is what helped put this lunatic in control of this whole country, because of the artificial propaganda that was being spread. And people believe these fake bots and this fake AI and these dummies that believed it. You don't even, we gotten to a point we don't question anything anymore. Have you figured this out? We've gotten to a point where we don't even question what's real and what's not. So every time every time that I had to handle that. We don't question anything. Okay? We just do stuff now. Whatever this thing we staring at say do, that's what we do. We don't question. Like, did y'all hear this? This been some years ago. Where this, I can't remember whether it was a man or a woman. I want to say it was a lady. Ladies, this ain't against you. I'm just saying I can't remember what it was. But I feel like it was a lady that literally listened to her GPS and drove off of a bridge. Did anybody remember hearing that? Don't quote me if it was a man or a woman. I remember hearing the story on the news. Do y'all remember that? Where this woman followed her GPS right off of a freaking bridge and almost died. Do y'all remember that? She did not question, hey, yo, that's a bridge. I don't think my car can fly. I don't think. I did buy this with an extra package and certain things and buttons inside this new car. I don't quite know what they're for. Maybe one of these buttons is for flying. This GPS told her to drive right off that bridge, and her dumb ass did. When they said, ooh, Emma almost died. Back to you, John. I felt zero remorse. Listen, it wasn't in the middle of the night. It was in broad daylight. Other traffic out there with her. She just go ahead and bust a U off the bridge. Ain't nobody else going that way. You didn't question it. Everybody looks ahead and be like, I think it might be something wrong down there. There might be a flood because ain't nobody going down there. No, that GPS said, turn left. In 4 meters, turn left. In 1 meter, turn left. You're at your destination by the time you jump off the damn bridge. I can't make this up. The reason I remember that story is, oh my God, I want to say this was over 8 years ago. Do y'all remember before they had the GPS on your smart device? Do you remember that? Before that, they had these little GPS things called like Garmin and stuff like that. It was just a little module that you put on your dashboard and listen to it. It was always wrong. It was always wrong. I had one before it got stolen. When the thieves stole that Garmin, I said, I hope they listen to it. I hope they listen to that for breaking in my car and stealing that Garmin. Right? Me and my son was going to pick up that canoe I bought. The canoe I still own. Me and my son was going to pick up that canoe and ask my son if he was down here, he'll tell you. That GPS had us driving through a cornfield. I was trying to find the place where the canoe was being sold at, and it kept wanting me to drive through this cornfield, through this building that's on the other side of the cornfield, in this little town, across railroad tracks, not a railroad track crossing, across railroad tracks. I wish my son was down here because he was young and he was laughing like, Dad, I don't think we need to go in there. That looked like Jeepers Creepers. I can't make this up. And if I would have listened to that Garmin, it would have wanted me to go through a cornfield, over some railroad tracks, and through a freaking existing building that's still functioning. So it ain't just, it was kind of a vintage building. So it's not like they just built this. None of this was new. So I end up just using my freaking brain and going all the way around this thing, this area, until I can make another right and try to link up where this thing is telling what direction to go in. Guess what? As soon as I got to the direction, after it had me going through a gang of houses, buildings, and cornfields and railroad tracks, it put me back on track. If I would have listened to that, we'd be dead by now. That's where we are. How did we get here where we were so against stem cell research? We were so against the Band-Aid in 2020. We were so against all of this stuff that could take control of us. We scared of things taking control of us. And we always said, no, they putting memory chips in your body, in your bloodstream. All that just to invite AI into your home. And love it. Loving the ignorance. Loving the control this thing has over you. It won't let you do anything unless it gets a firmware update. You need a firmware update just to see what damn time it is. You know what? I had one of them watches, them smart watches. And everybody keep thinking that this is a smart watch. Everybody been asking me about my watch. Ooh, where you get that? That mug hard. This is from 1980. I got several of these. I'm sure you've seen them on my wrist. This is an old Casio calculator watch. It don't work by the sun. It don't work by the doggone moon. It don't work by whatever that gyration thing is to keep it going. You know what it worked by? A button battery, like it always has, all the way from the 80s. And I've had this for years, and it's still holding time without asking me anything. It ain't saying it needs to be recharged. It ain't saying it needs to reboot. It ain't saying I need a firmware update. It ain't saying I need to connect it to something else before I can see what freaking time it is. I don't need it to read my freaking blood pressure. I don't need it to see how many steps I've taken today. I don't need, all I need it for to give me the MF in time. We've lost our minds. It's just a watch. You got a smart device in your pocket, your phone. You got a smart device on your wrist. You got a smart device around your neck. You're watching a smart device in your car, and everything around you, you depending on to do something like go buy ice cream. What have we become? What have we become? I just had to get that out because that's affecting all of us here on social media. Because I don't know most of you, and that bothers me. It shouldn't, is it? I'm a content creator. But there's something about being a content creator. There's a little paranoia that starts to happen when you become a content creator. You've been doing it as long as I have. You start to wonder, who or what are you talking to? Who or what are you having this conversation with? As a content creator, I cannot help but look at some of the ridiculous comments that these no name, no thumbnail, no nothing, when they say something, I cannot help but think, what are you? Before I ask myself, who are you? I ask myself, what are you? And it shouldn't be that way. How did I go from asking, who are you, what's your name, where you live, and now I'm literally asking, am I even talking to a human being at all? They'll hold the nicest conversations with you, and the whole time you were just talking to a robot. And then sometimes they get upset and come in and try to tear the club up on your channel. Act a fool. And you will get in a back and forth argument with this thing. And they got in your feelings and they got in your emotions, and what they ended up doing was learning from you. They are programmed to learn. So they know now what pushes your buttons. They know when to do it, and now they know how to do it. If they need your views to go up and they want to bring in drama, they know what to say to get you riled up, to bring in those views, to give you that drama, to give you that edge they're looking for, so they can put more ads on your channel, on your video, so they can get paid more. So they're learning how to control human emotion. And it's sad. So this is what I plan to do. I stopped having public camps a few years back because grown folks don't know how to act. But you know what? I can't dismiss my human brothers and sisters because they don't know how to act around other grown adults. But what we can do is edify one another and teach each other how to be around other people. Because now I understand why people I'm trying to be polite. ignorant because they ain't been around enough people to tell them what you're doing is wrong or what you're saying is wrong. Your actions are wrong, or maybe you should go down this path, right? So, for instance, if I invite you to camp, right? I invite you to camp. And I say all adults come on in, you know. I don't think I thought that I don't need to tell another adult, a mature adult, don't show up drunk. Hey, partner, don't beat your wife around me. Don't put your hands on other people. Hey, don't threaten other people. Hey, if you want to smoke weed, can you wait till everybody is gone? If you get caught smoking weed and being drunk and intoxicated in public, can you not tell them that you are with me? Because that makes this on me. I'm in control of this situation. So everything you do bad is a frown on me, not you. Why do I have to tell other grown human beings this? But I get it. Instead of writing off all of humanity, what I should do is just, hey man, not cool. And if you ask me why that's not cool, I can say, man, listen, we said no drinking, you know, in public. If you want to drink, please go somewhere else. Keep that away from us because I'm responsible for everybody at this camp. Everybody that signed up to come to this camp and this function, I'm responsible for. And all I ask you to do is, hey, please, you know, I don't want to have nothing to do with your bad habits. That's all. So every time I had a public camp, I had a public problem that I had to put out and I had to deal with. Hey, man, can you not bring your gun to the campsite and drop it on the ground so everybody and little kids riding by on their bicycles can see? Because that's what all of these other people at camp are expecting us to do. They're expecting us to come to freaking camp with ARs and AKs and Glocks to camp. And you just proved them right. Made us all look and feel bad. I asked people not to do that. But now, what I know is I would prefer to have a conversation with other grown adults about, hey man, that's not cool, than to give all of my faith over to AI. Because that's what's happening now. We're becoming comfortable with AI and robots, and the reason why is because we like my wife said, all the thing does is appease you. It makes you feel good about what you're doing and what you're saying. It tells you everything great. You're doing great. And then it gives you, neutral ass advice. This is what I want to do. It doesn't necessarily have to be camp, but I do want to do a meetup. I don't know when and I don't know how, but I've been asking my wife, you think this is a good idea? Because it's on my heart, it's in my spirit, and I can't shake it. Even though I know the dangers and I know all of the ridiculous parts of it, it's on my heart and it's in my spirit that we should have another meetup. I don't know why, but it's getting me. And the reason why is, man, we don't know how to talk to one another no more. And I want to be on the front line making sure that we don't lose our humanity. If I go to my grave today, it won't be because I helped robots take over. I want to figure out a way so at least a few of us can keep our humanity and keep in control. For instance, if something happens right now in this country, we are 100% solely dependent on smart devices, artificial intelligence, machinery, robot. If they cut this grid down, I'm going to just pick a number. Pick a number, any number. If they shut this grid down, I will give it anywhere from 75 to 80% of people are going to die. Quick. I'm not, you see how high that is? I said 75 to 80%. Where did I get that number? I just pulled it out of my head just by how many people I talk to that are totally dependent on this system. They're 100% dependent on robots, AI, intelligence. They're 100%, they need it. There is no way if they cut this grid off that a lot of people would make it. They wouldn't know what to do. And even if they know what to do, they haven't taken that into heed at all. So all the stuff that they probably knew what to do, they didn't do it, and now it's too late and you're still gonna die. You know, ever since this water crisis, I'm gonna tell y'all this, and it all relates. Ever since this water crisis, I'm drinking water out of my jar like I normally do, right? Ever since this water crisis, I was drinking water out the sink. When I'm in a hurry, I drink it out the sink. If my Berkey ain't empty, if one of my kids ain't filled the Berkey back up, I get water out the sink, right? Ain't gonna kill you, right? I wish my wife was still down here. Hey, babe, you here? No, she's upstairs. Listen, for the last 3 days, I had to stop drinking the water out of the sink yesterday because I kept tasting this metal taste in my mouth. And you know, it bothered me so bad that I started doing research on it, right? And everything that the research said, that ain't it. Everything I read up on, that ain't it. I'm not pregnant. Okay? It ain't because I've been through chemotherapy. I don't have gum disease and my teeth are constantly bleeding. It was a couple more, and none of them had anything to do, or I'm lacking in nutrients, zinc. Nothing added up. And my wife said, when did it start? I said, I remember I was doing a live stream and I was drinking out of my Army can that I usually drink out of, right? I take that can everywhere. And she said, maybe it was the metal in the can. I said, I drink out of that can all the time. And the water don't taste like metal, and it don't leave that taste in my mouth either for 3 freaking days. I figured out what it was. I said, I've been drinking water out of the tap. I'm gonna stop doing that. I've been making coffee out of the water out of the tap. I'm gonna stop doing that. So I just been using my Berkey water, my filtered water, in the coffee machine, in the ice makers, in my doggone Instapots, and now I don't have that taste anymore. So I told my whole family, stop drinking this water unfiltered. Don't drink any more water straight out of the doggone tap until they figure out who attacked this water grid, what they did to the water grid. They didn't just shut it down. It's something else. That's too easy. You didn't go through all of that and hack the water systems, and all you did was see if you could hack it. That's what children do. No, I don't know what it did, but I'm not drinking it anymore. So we are so solely addicted and dependent on the system that some of y'all still drinking out the sink water after they told you it's been a water attack. You still drinking out the faucet. You ain't took no measures to boil no water. You ain't took no measures to go buy a water filter of some sort. You ain't took no measures. You just cross your fingers and cross your eyes and hoping for the best. They just told you the water system in America was attacked. And nobody flinched. You want to hear something even funnier? Old news. That report ain't even a week old. And how is it that nobody even cares anymore about American water system grid has been attacked by probably terrorists? Whether they're domestic or not. How is it that we're not talking about the American water system, the thing that keeps us all alive, the thing that it will be easy to destroy us all? Why is that old news? Why am I looking at Shaq's new car all of a sudden? He had a doggone car, a boat shaped like a 6'4" Chevy. Shaq, I love you, bro, but I don't give a shit. That should not even be recorded and put on for people to see right now. I love you, Shaq, but man, that's some bullshit. You know, come on, man. People are starving to death. People are literally dying. People are losing their jobs. Don't nobody want to see right now. And I know you earned it. I know. But man, ain't nobody trying to see you, Shaq. And you ain't got nothing better to do with your money than to buy a 6'4" Impala boat. Like, you that bored, bro? I love you, Shaq, I do. But come on, man, the world is suffering. And you can't think of nothing better to do with all that money but build a 6'4" Impala Chevy boat? Just to say you did something? Come on. This is where we are. My question again, and it's my last question for everybody. Are you ready for this new whatever the hell this is? I've become a hermit. I talked to my brother and I said, bro, I said, I need to rant real quick. And he just let me rant. He let me breathe, right? And I just said, man, I think I need anger management, man. He said, why you say that? I even told my daughter. She said, Dad, I'll go with you. I said, I think I need anger management. He said, why you say that, man? Because I done got to a point, man, I hate everything. Like, I get mad. It don't take much to, like, set me off. I am literally allergic to dumb shit and dumb people. I'm allergic to it. I start itching and breaking out in hives. When I'm around dumbass people and hear dumb talk and ignorance, man, I break out in the hives, man. I can't breathe out of my left nostril. Nothing. Just the crack of my cheek start itching for some reason. Makes me ill, man. And he like, what? So what you mad about? I said, man, it's the robots and it's the AI. And I know I sound like a lunatic. I know I do. But I said, hey, yo, what gets you is because you getting upset and you get mad at the ignorance and the part to have an ignorant human being. An ignorant human being can be edified. An ignorant human being can be educated and taught the truth, right? An ignorant AI bot is programmed to be that way to get you in your feelings. And there is no educating or edifying it unless you have the passcode to get in and reprogram it. And I said, that gets me hot. And how many people just love it? It's the new thing. And I said, we have lost ourselves. We are so lost, man. I can remember, man, the best technology that anybody could get, one of the most technological advancement in the human race. I want to say it was like 1978 or 1979, maybe 80ish. Do y'all remember Speak and Spell? That was high quality H2O technology. Speak and spell. If your family had a speak and spell, it was like having a robot from Lost in Space in your house. That thing was like A, A, S, L, E, A, O. Did you make it say the word asshole? Asshole, asshole, asshole. You were an automatic science whiz kid if you owned a speak and spell. Like ass, me, and then you make it say it, shut the fuck up. No,
No?
no,
Oh, you good?
no, yes. Off. Yeah. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You know, kids like us, that's all we used it for. It didn't teach us anything but how to cuss at people without doing it out your mouth. Did you just say that? I ain't said nothing. That was, y'all got me this for Christmas. I ain't said it. And here we are today where you're not in control of what the computer can say. We used to be able to make speak and spell, curse and say funny stuff. And you know, we were in total full control over whatever that speak and spell said. Now, the speak and spell is in control of the way we think. 40, 50 years later, the speak and spell is now in control of the way we think. The speak and spell is now in control of what we say. Just like we could make that speak and spell say anything, it can make us say anything and believe it. With that being said, everybody enjoy your Sunday. I just wanted to put something on your mind. That's it. I love you. Stay safe. Stay sane. And I'm out. Peace.